Hello, I've just got back from doing a bit of shopping and it's always a bit funny at the moment doing shopping because you kind of come home and think, where shall I put this? And something changes every day, so you can probably just see there's a box, a gigantic box that's slightly smaller than our fridge freezer which is in the dining room, and that is because it is our new fridge freezer. It is basically exactly the same as our old one, but it's integrated, which means we're going to have less space in there, which is something, when it came to making decisions about the fridge freezer and what was going to fit in our kitchen, which is a very small space, the best option for the space was an integrated one, which I'm fine with. Just means we might have to be a bit more streamlined, but I may end up getting an additional mini freezer that is suitable for outdoor use in one of the outdoor sheds, because I am a bit worried about the size of this. To be honest, the fridge will be fine. I keep far too many things until they're well past their sell-by date. I just need to get rid of them. Anyway, welcome, hello, to another update, another bit of an update on the kitchen renovation. Today is Tuesday. We've just come out of another bank holiday, the final, the third of 3 bank holiday weekends that we've had in May here in England. So yeah. It's the first sort of day of week 5 of the kitchen renovation. The builder has been in and I'm going to show you what he's been up to. And I've just realised that I haven't done the washing up, so you're going to see that too. So first of all, flowers. You would have seen these at the end of the last vlog, because I only finished filming it the day before yesterday. These are flowers that I got. It was the end of season presentations for the football club that Dan is a coach for. He coaches my daughter's team, the first girls team in the club, and all of the wives and girlfriends of the coaches, the wags if you will, got flowers, which I thought was really, really lovely. I was really embarrassed because out of all the mums of the girls on the team, I probably have the worst record of attending matches, so I really, really, really didn't deserve the flowers, but I do appreciate them. Okay, washing up, it's half term, so washing up gets generated. Oh, and I'm going to show you, let's move some stuff over here. I want to show you some handles. I'll show you those in a minute. But here we are. Here is how the kitchen is looking on the first update of week 5. So we've got some drawer fronts in, part of some doors in, the central bit of the doors needs to go on the corner cupboards. The door is not on the dishwasher. This is the old door because the dishwasher has not been fully pushed in just yet. And what else have we got? Oh, shelves have started to go in up here. But the most important thing, which I haven't mentioned, is the tiles. The builder came in today and basically in about an hour and a half did the tiles. These are just basic Metro tiles. We went for the gloss version. We got them from Tops Tiles. We use our builder's discount. So they were really, really affordable. They're going to go all the way around. They're going to go round here. I've asked him to do the windowsill as well because I never liked the UPVC plastic windowsill that we had when the windows were installed. Round here and round here. And then we've got shelves that go above here for our plates and things. I'm so happy with these tiles. It's really starting to look like how I want it to look. And I've got some more handle options. So in the last vlog I showed you these ones from Dunelm, which I really, really like. They're really tactile, but I'm pretty convinced that the detail, this kind of fuzzy imprint, is just going to get dirty and I'll find it hard to clean. And the matching knobs, so many of you and Dan said, remind you of 1990s hi-fi switches. It's so true, which actually makes me like them more. I just thought that was really funny. And then these are my other options. I can't remember where I ordered these. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. So this type, these are all brushed nickel. This type, and this little kind of knob, drawer knob, but the size of this is too small, so I'm going to see if they do one with a bigger diameter. I do really like the design of it, it's just too small. I think so far, I like this one. Almost impossible to show, isn't it? There we go. This one. So the drawers all have these type of handles, and the doors will all have the little doorknobs. Or this one. You see, I think this one might just make it look a little bit too run-of-the-mill. And I think maybe this one just elevates it slightly. I'm sure you will all let me know. I always value your opinions. It's always good to know what everyone thinks. It's fun, isn't it? It's fun to talk about things like handles. This is what happens when you're in your 40s. No one touch these tiles though, please, because he had to use a lot of adhesive because it was a really wobbly wall. So that's got to not be touched until tomorrow morning. Thank you. Bye, Dan.
Bye.
What day is it?
Wednesday. I think then. Wasn't sure.
So that means it's now Wednesday. Time for the next update of week 5. Yes, week 5. I've got some strawberries that I just bought. They're going to go in the fridge. And today's washing up is, well, just my bottle actually from work and whatever's in the sink. So tiles, it's more tiles basically. It's gone all the way around the complicated bits behind my wag flowers, and he's done all of the windowsill. I have never been so delighted to say goodbye to the horrible plastic windowsill that was fitted when we had the windows done. Delighted with that, but this took him a long time. It was really fiddly, and this wall's completely wonky, so it's completely packed out. It's a really wide gap behind there, so it's all drying, and then tomorrow hopefully will be grout and sockets. We've actually got, this socket I'm going to clean up and it's going to go elsewhere in the house, so it's got 2 USBs. And I found, sorry if I'm making you sick, oh here they are. I got 2 of these instead, so it's got 1 USB and 1 USB-C, which I thought would be a bit more handy. So that's going to replace that one, and then we've actually had a new socket put in here that wasn't here before, and I always felt that this would be the perfect place to have a socket because it's kind of on the edge. People come in, charge their phones, that kind of thing, or might, you know, for a lamp or something. So we're going to put another one with the USB and USB-C here, and the rest are all just going to be plain, sockets. Oh, we got some more doors. Oh, I didn't notice that at first. Oh, these are new on today. These doors haven't been on before. Oh, that means these cupboards are ripe for putting stuff in. If the doors are on, oh, he's got all builder stuff in there. I'll wait until he hasn't got builder stuff in here. I'll just show my face. Hello. It's Wednesday. I work on Wednesdays. I've literally just walked in from work, and Dan is on his way out because Phoebe's going to have an impromptu sleepover at her friend's house. They wanted it here. We already did that at the weekend. It was a blinking nightmare because it is just It is just stressful with everything everywhere. Our room is just as cluttered, the living room's just as cluttered, and I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, but yeah. So let's not forget that whilst we're in the middle of all of this kitchen chaos, I am still in the middle of a huge decluttering process throughout the whole house. And one of the things that has been bugging me has been the boxes under our bed, most of which are small. I have one for birthday cards and Christmas cards and stuff, and one for letter writing bits, for example. But I have a massive box here, and it is stuffed to bursting with magazines. Actually, what else is in here? Oh, also my notebook stash, which I frequently look at and choose which ones I'm going to use. I've got some brilliant notebooks in here. Oh, look at this one. Oh, it's a bit dodgy light there, isn't it? Look, let me turn the camera around, because actually this is a really good opportunity, because it leads me nicely on to talking about my first ever sponsor on this channel. So let me flip the camera around, we'll have a proper chat. Okay, so here I am in my little nook, the only little area in the house where there's no clutter behind me, except for all this clutter here. And yes, I'm really excited because this video is sponsored by Readly, and I have been a fully paid up member of Readly for almost 6 months, if not more than 6 months. So I was really excited when they contacted me to suggest sponsoring a video, because I already know that I love them, and I know that I can talk with experience about them as well. So Readly is an app that I have on my phone, and I also have on my iPad, and you pay a subscription per month and you get access to hundreds of magazines in digital form. And the way that you read it, I'm going to put some screen grabs up on as I'm talking. Shall I move over a bit in case I need to put them next to me? Or if I'm going to move over, I'll move over here, because then if they're next to me they'll cover the clutter. That would be handy, wouldn't it? So you have access to magazines. All of my favourite magazines are on there. So Simply Crochet, BBC Good Food, Yoga, the Sainsbury's magazine, Style at Home, the Radio Times, Happyful, Kent Life, and loads more. And whatever your favourite magazines are, you can save to your favourites, so they're all there, and you get a notification if you want when a new issue is released. I got a subscription for Simply Crochet for my birthday last year from my mum, and I've just, I think, had my final issue of that, but I can access all of those that I've got over the past year and before then, and every future episode on my Readly account. So part of the problem that I have is I have this gigantic box, which I can't even lift up to show you, but it is completely full, mainly of Simply Crochet and other crochet magazines, also back issues of Molly magazine, and Yoga as well. What else have I got in here? Oh, so many issues of Molly magazine, oh my goodness. Yeah, all crochet, a few knitting, some of the cross stitch ones. Oh, embroidery, Project Calm. Got some Project Calm in here as well. That's another one that's on Readly. I saw that earlier. So I can really easily keep my magazine habit going without taking up all of this room under my bed. And this isn't just this box either. I've got a whole stash just next to this unit that don't fit in the box, and it's getting ridiculous. And I can easily kind of duplicate almost every magazine that I've got in here onto my iPad, and it's all there. The other great thing is that you can also bookmark articles, you can bookmark patterns. So I've started going through and saving patterns that I've seen recently in Simply Crochet magazine. So I've got them all marked and in my favourite section, in my bookmark section. I can easily access them whenever I want to. It's so much easier to do that and scroll through the images and find what I'm looking for, or use the search function, than it is to kind of grab a magazine, look for the corners I've turned down, try to remember which one it was where I saw it. The search function actually does let you search when you search for something, it will actually include articles as well. So not only will it bring up magazines, but it'll bring up articles. So it's really, really handy. In fact, I wanted to find a air fryer recipe for muffins. So I literally just typed in air fryer muffins and it brought up an article from, I think, BBC Good Food magazine for muffins. So I'm going to be cooking those later in this vlog, probably tomorrow on Thursday when I've got a bit of time to myself. I'm going to try those air fryer muffins. You know, so it's things like that. It's not just the whole magazine that you'll find, it's the actual article. So I just love it. And it also means that I can just make a cup of tea, get my iPad, tuck myself away somewhere, and I can choose whatever magazine that I want, and I discover new ones as well. It feels a little bit like I've been let loose in the magazine section of a shop after it's closed and nobody knows I'm there. And I can just look at all the magazines for free. Well, not free because it's a subscription service, but having said that, if you would like to try it for free, Readly have very kindly got an offer at the moment. If you use the link, all the information is underneath in the description box. You can get a 2-month free trial, completely free, and you can cancel at any time as well. And I don't know if you spotted as well, but there's a few bookmarked pages that I caught when I was doing the screenshots that I didn't do. And that is because Phoebe has discovered a couple of magazines on there. I think one's 442, which is a football magazine, and I think another one's like Girls Life or something. So she's been saving like outfit ideas, skincare ideas, and stuff about football, or saving the magazines as favourites. So even Phoebe's enjoying it. And I've also discovered a new one on me, which is Daphne's Diary, which is such an adorable publication of just lovely, wholesome things and articles and healthy things like how to make a natural hair shine mask out of strawberries and honey, and old-fashioned gardening tools, and how to do some paper folding of a cute little duck. And oh, I just love it. And I would never have discovered that if I hadn't been browsing about, going down several rabbit holes on Readly. So I am now going to make a start on clearing out this box, and I'm going to save myself future clutter by from now on just reading them on my iPad, because I don't want a big dusty box of magazines under my bed anymore. And it'll be so much easier having them all stored in my library, tucked away digitally instead. So don't forget, you can get 2 months free. Follow all the information in the link in the description box. 2 months is a long time. And you've got nothing to lose really, have you? Except like hours to lying about reading magazines and relaxing. And that's no bad thing, is it? And it's better for the environment. Think of all of the paper and printing costs that will be saved as well. So I hope you enjoyed that offer from Readly, and thank you so much, Readly, for sponsoring this video and for kickstarting the very necessary process of emptying this box. Just found this tucked away as well. It's a naked crochet doll. This is actually a base pattern, and I used it for making Hiccup and Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon for Lilia when she was very, very little. But for some reason I have another one and it's naked. I'm sorry I abandoned you in a dusty box of magazines. Maybe we will give you some hair and make you an outfit. Yes. Just coming back on to say that I found another one. So I got a gift from someone once that, I don't know why I was doing that, a gift from a friend, and it was a magazine, which was a really, really sweet gift actually, like a magazine you wouldn't normally buy yourself. And it was Love Embroidery, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I've just been on to Readly to have a look, and sure enough, here it is. So I've just added that to my favourites too. So now I can go and read loads of other editions of it. Oh, I love this one of the, oh, I'll put it up on the screen. The front cover of issue 39 has got the most adorable little bike embroidery with flowers. Right, put it down, put it down. Back to organising. One more thing I've just found as well for my little notebook stash It's so precious. I should be using it, but it's just so precious. I can't. It is the little maker notebook for my friend Rachel at So Romy. She still has these in her shop. They are so adorable. And yes, they've got square paper, which is my absolute favourite for making notes. I love it so much. I've got all these little notes and things that she did with it for me. So I'm going to stick those in as well. But I had to show you that because it's adorable. And that's her details. Good morning, Mia. You want to sit on my lap, but you can't. But you can't because I've got to go and sort out the kitchen. Don't get comfy. Don't get comfy. Silly cat. Okay, let's do this. Ta-da! Obviously there's still a fair amount to do, but we have nearly all the doors. The fridge is in, but we haven't been able to plug it in because it has to be left to settle. Should be all right today. The grouting is done, but the silicone needs to be done. Obviously we haven't painted, and basically I can use the cupboards on the whole. So I am going to go through and hoover them out and clean them out, all the ones that I haven't already. The reason we haven't got handles is I haven't decided on them yet. So we've got this fancy arrangement here. And this one I don't know what to do about because it's shut. I'm going to have to use some blue tack or something. Yeah, so the doors, once the handles are on, he'll get them all properly aligned. So they're not they're on, but they're not all properly settled yet. So it's Saturday and I am about to reclaim my kitchen. Very exciting. Got my earphones in. I'm going to finish listening to my book. I'm listening to Other Women by Emma Flint, and it is amazing. Such a good book. And especially the audio version. The woman that's narrating it, I don't know her name, is doing an incredible job of the accents and just really building the story. So I'm nearly finished, so I'm going to listen to that whilst I get stuck in. Any eggs?
Well, Peggy's in there, so I don't want to disturb her.
Yeah. Right. Camera's on. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Well, this is a much bigger job than I thought it would be. It is now about 1:15 in the afternoon, so I've been going for about 4 or 5 hours. But every cupboard, I need to adjust the shelves. I had to take a door off in order to do that in one of the cupboards. I need to hoover it, clean it, and then I'm sort of going about the house, retrieving things that I know need to go in the kitchen and slowly trying to find places to put them. And because the kitchen is, it's the same footprint, but the storage is completely different. So we've got more storage for a start, and it's all in different places. So it's just trying to work out the best places for everything to go. And it's taken me a long time. So I'm just gonna have a little break and have something to eat and a Diet Coke. And then I'm gonna keep going. I am absolutely pooped. Dan has bought himself a new strimmer. To be fair, we did need one, so he's out in the garden cutting the grass. We did no mow May, so he's been desperate to get out there for the whole month. And now we're into June, he can. So he's out there doing that. I'm going to make muffins now, and I'm not going to show you any more of the kitchen because I think in next week's vlog, the transformation will be quite significant because I think we should just about be finished, bar, paint on the walls and so on. Yeah, so fingers crossed that then I can show you a full, really good change by next time. I have made a nice big clear out. It doesn't really look it. The table is now much further back than it was. I've reordered it a bit. There's no point putting things on the work surfaces too much yet because the builder's coming back next week to do the sealant and everything like that. Things have started to move out of the living room and into cupboards, which feels really nice. I'm going to do a bit more of that in a minute. But right now I'm going to make blueberry muffins, as I mentioned earlier, from that recipe I found on the Readly magazine on BBC Good Food. I'm really hoping they work.